I know you gonna dig this. Get funky with me.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Here I am in Westlake, Ontario, Canada. So I'm actually in my home country filming, which is rare, but I'm on my way to the United States. I'm right near Sandbanks, which if you're from Ontario, if you're from Canada, you probably heard of Sandbanks, right on Lake Ontario. It's a beautiful, beautiful part of the country, Prince Edward County. It is so gorgeous out here. Near Belleville, Trenton, and like right past that church, where is it? Right there, just down that road is Lake Ontario, and Sandbanks, beautiful park, and just absolutely gorgeous. There's so many tiny lakes around here. This is cottage country. This is one of the most beautiful parts of Canada, for sure. And today, a little overcast. It's still summer, but it's a little chilly down by the lake, and also, yeah, just drab. But I used to come out here a lot. I used to have a cottage near here, somewhat, and so spent a lot of time in this area, and I know it very well. So I knew where I was going, and let me just turn the camera around. So I knew where this church was because of Sandbanks. So right there, just down the road, like I said, and right across, if you can see. Through there's a house there, but you can just see the water right in the middle of the screen. But if we turn around, there's a cemetery back here, Church of Christ Cemetery, and somebody very, very famous is buried here. Somebody I found out about a year ago, and I was like, really? Wow. I told a few people I was going to be covering the grave of Robert Urich, and they said, who? And I showed a picture, and they said, oh, him. Oh, my God, I love him. And I bet that's for a lot of people. I bet I'll be putting his picture in the thumbnail, of course. And a lot of people are going to be like, hey, that guy. And I don't mean that with any disrespect, because he had a tremendous career, but a lot of people, he passed away over 20 years ago. So maybe a lot of people just, there's so many actors and actresses out there, maybe have forgotten about Robert Urich. He was an incredible actor. He starred in over 15 television series. He had huge, over 100 credits to his name. Stage, movies, TV. Vegas, Spenser for hire. The guy was a workaholic for sure and got so much work, but I think it's a record how many TV shows he starred in. And I don't know what that noise was. And I'm not sure where he is, by the way, in the cemetery, but it's not too big, as you can see. I have a feeling, this is nice here, I'm going to show you this. He's against the wall back there somehow, or the back field, because the one picture I saw, there was a field behind him. It's an old cemetery. But he's from Toronto, Ohio. There's a Toronto, Ohio. Toronto, Canada, of course, is where I'm from. Not of course, like that you would know, but Toronto. Everybody thinks of Toronto, thinks Canada. He's from Toronto, Ohio. His wife is from Toronto, Canada. Now his wife passed away as well in 2017, terminal brain cancer. She was diagnosed, I believe, in November of that year and died in December, so only a month. Heartbreaking. I'm going to tell you more about both of them, about Robert too. But I thought that was odd that he was born in Toronto, Ohio. She was born in Toronto, Canada. And what's interesting about it is I think that's probably why he's here. Because I couldn't figure out, I was like, why would he be in Prince Edward County? But if you're from Toronto, this is cottage country. This is where you come. But you own a cottage, or you rent a cottage, or you stay out here, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So his wife probably had a family place or they bought a place out here because they fell in love with the area or she knew about it beforehand. And yeah, let's find Robert Urich and I'll talk a little bit more about him. Look at this. I've been talking a lot. Very, 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 very nice right there. So here we are. And I think I'm just going to walk right down the middle and guess that he's I think I found him already, but he is at the back here. He played football, I know that. He received a 4-year scholarship to Florida State University to play football. He then transferred to Michigan State University, and he got a MA in broadcast research. And he became a television actor. Didn't seem too difficult for him. I mean, it's a tough business to crack, but he had the looks and the talent, and that could take you a long way. And he was on S.W.A.T. He was on the FBI. He was on Soap, which is a show they used to watch in reruns. And I love Soap, a comedy show. It was like a parody of soap operas. And it was so good. I loved it. Loved Soap. He was on an episode of Charlie's Angels. And that got, the role that he was in Charlie's Angels was so successful, it spun off into a show called Vegas. And that's how a lot of people know him. That show ran about 3 years, Vegas. Very well known. Beautiful cemetery, beautiful country out here. He's in a movie called The Ice Pirates. I bet a lot of people remember that movie. That was a very popular film, a cult film now. Turk 182, another movie that's very popular. Now the big show that I remember kind of, I don't think I really was, I think I was a little too young for it, but I remember it, Spenser for Hire. I have a feeling I think he's over here. I might be wrong. But yeah, Spenser for Hire was his big show. I thought it was, see that one with the cross? Right there, that's the one I think is his. But I'm not sure. But this is what I like to do. I like to wander around and try to find them myself while I talk about the person. I think it was around 1996. He had another starring role in a TV series called Lazarus Man. And it was that same year he was diagnosed with cancer. It was a rare soft tissue cancer. The show was canceled after 22 episodes. Yeah, that is his. I can see the name from here. He was on The Nanny, the reboot of Love Boat, Miracle on the 17th Green, For Love of Olivia. I'm looking at these right now. And his final performance, Night of the Wolf. So Night of the Wolf premiered on the Animal Planet network, and he passed away the night after. I believe there's a street named after him in Ohio. There he is. Now, from what I know, like I said, they had a house around here. Robert and his wife Heather, who was an actress in her own right. They had a house near here, and his ashes are actually there. His ashes are on the property somewhere, interred on the property set. So I don't know if that means they're kept in an urn or buried or whatever the family wants to do. So his ashes are here. This is a memorial to him. And I'm not sure. I think maybe her ashes are here. I don't know, or if it's just the same. But for all intents and purposes, this is the grave of Robert Urich, right here. You can see it's some growth on it. Moss, whatnot. But there it is. So Robert Michael. Hard to read that. Just 1946 to 2002. I know he died in 2002. She was born in 1949. She died, like I said, Christmas Eve, 2017. Christmas Eve. Wow. I want to say thank you to viewer of mine, Juliana, who sent me a whole bunch of rocks, and I'm carrying them around with me. Oh, you can hear the geese out. Oh wow, look at them. They're going the wrong way. They're flying north right now. Oh, there's going to be a collision. Or are they joining up with them? They're going north. Soon they'll be going south. But thank you, Juliana. These beautiful rocks. We leave one for Robert and one for Heather. Right there. Another look at it here. Let's take a look around the cemetery. Somebody's just buried recently over there. Yeah, it's past this church many times because there's two entranceways to Sandbanks. I think one is down this road and the other one might be down that way. From what I remember, it's been a while since I've been this far. I've been this far east of Toronto, but you got to go east and then south. So it's been a few years since I veered off the 401 to come down this area, where I used to come all the time. And it's just amazing in the summer and in the winter. So the reason why he's here, I believe they had a home right near here. She died actually, his wife died in Carrying Place, which I passed through, which is just here. A little town called Carrying Place. That's where she passed away, and Robert passed away in California. Rest in peace to Robert and Heather. Right over there, if you're here, just come right to the back of the cemetery. You'll find the headstone. It's pretty unique looking, and like I said, this place is beautiful in the summer. And if you come here in the winter, let me tell you, some of the streets, maybe it's different, but about 15 years ago they didn't plow the main streets. They plowed, but the side streets they didn't. And I drove through here in it would have been December, I remember, with someone, and we got into, there was a whiteout on the road. So much snow, couldn't see in front of us, and the roads weren't plowed. Drove right into a snowbank, not a sandbank, a snowbank. My car was stuck, couldn't move, had to call the Automobile Association, CAA, here in Canada. Sitting in the car, worried that other cars were going to hit us, but thankfully no one came along. They couldn't tow my car out. They had to call another tow truck, which took about another hour, and we were so close to the cause we were going to, we couldn't make it. And plus, we weren't sure if someone was wrong with the car, and the roads weren't plowed, so they had to tow us back into town. We stayed at a little motel, and then the next day made it through. And so just wanted to add that in on a personal note. Cautionary tale if you're coming out to this area in the winter. Ontario, Canada, in the winter, there can be a lot of snow. And I will also add, even though there's a lot of snow, there's no place more beautiful than Canada in the winter. And Canada in the summer. Kind of biased, there's no place more beautiful than Canada. I can see why Robert Urich wanted a home here. Rest in peace, Robert and Heather, and thanks for watching, everybody. Love you all. More coming. I am about to cross the border in about an hour. Thank you so much. Peace. Love you all. Out.